Uh, Hello, beautiful beings. My name is Artemis, and this is part 2 of my Kundalini awakening experience. I'm going to talk about Shaktipat, and Shaktipat means the transmission of this Kundalini Shakti. So, in tantric traditions and other lineages, Shaktipat is a Kundalini activation transmitted by a guru. And a guru meaning a teacher, somebody, and in this case, somebody who has had this experience, who has realized, who has this energy to pass on. And I was always kind of like skeptical about like energy. Like I know and understand and feel energy, but I've never really seen it in action, like seen it affect somebody or something, in my spiritual awakening, which I will share about. That happened a lot. But in this case, I had been working with a client a couple days after my awakening experience. And my body was vibing so high, like deep resonance moving through me at night, waking me up. Like there was like pain and things coming to the surface and being released. Like it was just so like physical stuff. So this experience was very physical, as opposed to the spiritual awakening experience that was, like I said, the top down was very, very spiritual, very divine, and the whispers of the divine and the synchronicities and the creativity, like just so much. I can't wait to share about it. But in this case, just so much physical stuff happening, so much energy moving, like just like I'd said about my hands, just sitting in my hands and like needing or wanting to be like just used. And so I had a client a couple days after this experience, and we've been working for quite a while on tantric breathing and just connection and safety and surrender. And it's been such a beautiful journey for me to hold space and be a conduit for my lovely client's journey. And so we were together practicing breathing, as we do, and all of a sudden I felt the ripples of his body. I hadn't even told him yet what had happened with me. This was for him, this session, like it is. And so while I was with him, I could feel this rippling moving through his body. I'm like, oh my goodness, like what is this? And the tantric breathing can certainly bring up a lot of energy, but this was different, and it was like intensifying and getting stronger and moving in different places of his body. And for an hour and a half and 90 minutes, his body, I witnessed a lesser version of intensity that I experienced. And so I was like, oh my goddess, like, am I transmitting this? Like, is this because of me? And like, kind of like, obviously, but not like, no, it's not me, but like, I think it is. And I think it was, and it has been. So this was huge. And for me, a lot of the energy, especially at the beginning, like stayed in my left leg. There was just like lots of activity in my left foot, left leg, like left side. Then it shifted not into my right leg at all. So maybe because I have a broken leg and I have like hardware in there. I don't know. Maybe the energy was just like, nope. So this is what happened to him too. It was like left leg moving and then rippling through his whole body and, sounding, like, oh my God. So it was so beautiful to witness, and like, whoa, at the same time, I'm like, what is happening? Like, this is, wow, it's like out of this world. And so we grounded and spent a lot of extra time grounding for him to get back into his car and go home after this unexpected experience. And he's not a practitioner of yoga, or we really just concentrate on connection. So that was all crazy. So that has set him in motion. And this has like activated just this incredible new way of being, and the confidence that this beautiful man has to go out into the world and shine his light and be himself and own it and know it and begin the process of, releasing and letting go and healing. So then here's the next part of this Shaktipat, is that a day or two after that, I was with my lover, and we were, my sensual energy, the sexual energy, which is Kundalini Shakti. It's this the effervescent energy that lives within inside us. It has a creative potential, and creation itself moves through us in this Shakti, this feminine energy. So we were making love, and we, you know, spend a lot of time like just exchanging this energy, and like in the sense of it, not necessarily the felt sense, although he's always expressed that he has a lot of energy that moves through him when we're together, and I hadn't really experienced that in that way. And so we were together, and it became this very intense experience for him and me, that we were like sharing this energy, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm like giving it to him, I'm sharing it, and then we were in this like amazing exchange of giving and receiving, and it was so ecstatic and so orgasmic. And so this got me like, oh my God, like I just activated two people, like what's going on? And so I'm really exploring that still. I'm still in that space trying to, my little cat, hi Spooky, and come here. And it's been like a trip and a ride, and it's been beautiful, and being able to call on these energies. So the more time, or the more I make love with my lover, the more energy that we're able to create together. And it's like, he didn't have this like full activation, I guess if there's a better word, let me know, but it was like a really intense experience for him with this energy. Like I feel like, so this is kind of like the Shaktipat that is transmitted, and it doesn't necessarily give these big experiences, but it sets in motion something energetically within this person. So I'm exploring this right now, and first and foremost, I'm working with energy to heal myself and heal my body. And like this, my spine is incredibly, like it's healing. And, you know, I've got appointments, I've got MRIs booked and rheumatologist and all kinds of things that I've been doing as all of this stuff is coming up. And I'm like, this energy, this light, this nectar, this sap in my spine, like this in my shushumna, it's like that central channel where this energy moves, is like healing and clearing. And I'm convinced that this pain in my body is my long held pain, my long held suffering, and it's leaving me. It's leaving me. I'm so grateful. Oh my God. And so I have a lot more to share about it, but I wanted to give you like the basic rundown of what happened and what it's been like. And right now I'm just kind of sitting in this stillness and not really knowing what's next, and I'm okay with that. And I feel like what's being asked of me in this moment is to rest, to be, simply to be with myself in stillness. And that means I have not actively been taking clients or doing anything outside of my internal work. I'm spending a lot of time just doing the work, and my nervous system was asking desperately to get quiet. It has been in fight or flight mode for probably most of my life, and no more. Like the boundary is out. No. And it feels so good to just be relaxed and to feel grounded and not worrying about money, even though, yes, I understand that it's a necessity, but it's not something in this very moment that is driving me to do any one thing. So I feel so blessed to be in this space, and I would love to hear your experiences with Shaktipat, with Kundalini Awakening, Spiritual Awakening. So I'm going to make a series of videos on my Kundalini, or the spiritual awakening, because there's so many pieces to it, and it's 3 years worth. So I haven't been super called to share yet, because it's been constant, and I wanted to like, oh, when it ends then I can share. But now this is like, whoo, taking me to a whole new place. So thank you for being here and witnessing me, and I would love to witness you back. And I love you, and go out in the world and shine your light and own your dark and the shadows that flow between. Raw and real, you are the medicine. Mwah.